Good morning. Now let us move to the next article. It is determination of H parameters. Determination of H parameters. In the earlier lecture we talked about H parameters. We know what is meaning of H parameters. Let us try to write the equations for getting H parameters for a two-port network. And when transistor is considered as a two-port linear network, these H parameters can be obtained, can be determined even for the transistors, and these will be useful in analyzing the given transistor. As I told, there are four terminal quantities in a two-port network: input current I1, voltage V1, output current I2, voltage V2. Let us consider input voltage V1 as some function of current I1 and voltage V2. Similarly, output current I2 is some function of current I1 and voltage V2. Equation number 1, equation number 2. Input current I1 and output voltage V2, these two are taken as independent variables, and input voltage V1 and output current I2, these two are taken as dependent variables, and therefore V1 is defined as some function of I1 and V2, and I2 is also defined as some function of I1 and V2. We know transistors are always working with ACs, with AC voltages and AC currents. As transistors are working with AC voltages and AC currents, there are changes in AC currents and AC voltages as time passes. And therefore, to see variations in V1 with respect to I1 and V2, to see variations in I2 with respect to I1 and V2, let us differentiate equations 1 and 2, so that we will have dV1 is equal to dou V1 by dou I1 into dI1 plus dou V1 by dou V2 into dV2. Equation number 3. For this, dI2 is equal to dou I2 by dou I1 into dI1 plus dou I2 by dou V2 into dV2. Equation number 4. Equation 1 is differentiated. Equation 2 is differentiated. Total differentiation of equations 1 and 2 is taken to get equations 3 and equations 3 and 4. This is partial differentiation, this is partial differentiation, this is partial differentiation, this is partial differentiation. this partial differentiation, this partial differentiation, this partial differentiation, and this partial differentiation are the slopes of various characteristics of a transistor. And if working of the transistor is restricted in the linear region, these slopes will be constants. As these slopes will be constants, let us replace the partial differentials by some constants. We shall call these constants as parameters. And when the partial differentials are slopes of some characteristics of a transistor, when working of the transistor is restricted in the linear region, slope at any point will be same. So it will be constant. So this should be constant, this should be constant, this should be constant, this should be constant. Let us replace this constant by H11. 1, 1. Let us replace this constant by H12. Let us replace this constant by H21. Let us replace this constant by H22. 1 corresponding to input terminal quantities. 1 corresponding to input terminal quantity, 2 corresponding to output terminal quantity. 2 corresponding to output terminal quantity, 1 corresponding to input terminal quantity. Output terminal quantity, output terminal quantity. And so, I may write this dV1 is equal to H11 dI1 plus H12 dV2, equation number 5. dI2 is equal to H21 dI1 plus H22 dV2, equation number 6. These partial differentials are slopes of some characteristics of the transistor when working of the transistor is restricted to linear region are constant slopes. So these partial differentials can be replaced by constant parameters H11, H12, H21, H22. First one corresponding to the term in the numerator, second one corresponding to the term in the denominator. So it is a ratio of input terminal and input terminal. It is a ratio of input terminal and output terminal. Ratio of output terminal and input terminal. Ratio of output terminal and output terminal. Ratio of input terminal, input terminal. Ratio of input terminal and output terminal. Ratio of output terminal and input terminal. Ratio of output terminal and output terminal. And I have written this as H11. It is a constant parameter which is a ratio of two input terminals. I mean two input terminal quantities. H12, it is a constant parameter ratio of input terminal quantity and output terminal quantity. H21, ratio of output terminal quantity and input terminal quantity. H22, ratio of two output terminal quantities. We want to decide what this H11 is, what this H12 is, what this H21 is, what this H22 is. To find H11 and H21, before that, as this equation is written for linear characteristics where the slopes are constants, dV1 is a voltage V1. So let me represent this dV1 as simply V1 and write this as H11 I1 plus H12 V2 equation number 7. Same here, I2 is equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2 equation number 8. If it is constant, it will be constant when the transistor is working in the linear region, and slope of linear response is constant everywhere. Okay, so dV1 is constant. Let me write dV1 as V1. Voltage, voltage. Current, current. Voltage, voltage. Current, current. Current, current. Voltage, voltage. Input voltage, input voltage. Input current, input current. Output voltage, output voltage. Output current, output current. Input current, input current. Output voltage, output voltage. As working of the transistor is restricted in the linear region, equations 5 and 6 can be written as equations 7 and 8. Now, let us try to recognize dimensions of H11 and dimensions of H21. To recognize the dimensions of H11 and dimensions of H21, we have to represent H11 in terms of V1 and I1. We have to represent H21 in terms of I2 and I1. For this, second terms of equations 7 and 8 should be so. This is possible if V2 is 0. Second terms on RHS of equations 7 and 8 should be 0 to recognize the dimensions of H11 and H2. How to make V2 0? V2 is what? Output voltage. Place a short between terminals 2. When a short is placed between terminals 2, what will happen? What voltage V2 will appear across a short? Resistance of a short is always 0. Whatever current flowing through the short, 0 multiplied by that current, voltage V2 will be 0. It means that if we short circuit the output, V2 will be 0. As V2 is 0, the second term in equation 7, this second term in equation 8 will become 0. So, let me write this reason here. By short circuiting two terminals, put a short between terminals 2, that is by short circuiting two terminals, we will get V2 is equal to 0. As V2 becomes 0 because of short circuiting of two terminals, equations 7 and 8 can be written as V1 is equal to H11 I1 and I2 is equal to H21 I1. This is true when V2 is 0. This is true when V2 is 0. Further, H11 is equal to V1 by I1 when V2 is 0. Similarly, H21 is I2 by I1 when V2 is 0. Let us call this as equation number 9, this as equation number 10. According to equations 9 and 10, what we see, H11 is ratio of input voltage to input current. According to equation 10, H21 is a ratio of output current to input current. Ratio of input voltage to input current is known as input impedance, and therefore H11 is known as short circuit input impedance. Why short circuit? To get H11, we have to short circuit to two terminals so that V2 will be 0. And so H11 is recognized as input impedance or short circuit input impedance of the two-port network. H21, ratio of I2 by I1, I2 output current, I1 input current, and we know ratio of output current to input current is known as current gain. Okay, and therefore H21 is known as short circuit forward current gain. H21 is known as short circuit forward current gain. Okay, H11 is known as short circuit input impedance, which has dimensions of resistance. It is measured in ohm. H21 is known as a short circuit forward current gain. It is unitless, dimensionless. It is simply a numeral, simply a number. Okay, so to get H11 and H21, we require to do short circuit terminals to 2, and one is impedance parameter due to input terminal quantities V1 and I1. Other is forward current gain because of currents I2 and I. Then let us try to get H12 and H22. To get H12 and H22, we need to do I10 in equation 7 and 8. How to make I10 in equation 7 and 8? Introduce open circuit in the terminals 1, 1 of the two-port network. Open circuit corresponding to infinite resistance. Input voltage divided by open, that is infinite resistance, is equal to 0 current. So current I1 will be 0 if we introduce open circuit between the 1, 1 terminals. So let me introduce here. Introduce open circuit between the 1, 1 terminals. As soon as you introduce open circuit between 1, 1 terminals, you will have I1 is equal to 0. As I1 is 0, this will become 0, this will become 0, and we will be simply having V1 is equal to H12 V2, I2 is equal to H22 V2, and from this H12 is equal to sorry, I forgot to keep the phone on plane mode, so it has rang. Okay, we're talking about this. This H12 will be from this equation. H12 is equal to V1 divided by V2 when I10 and H22 is equal to I2 by V2 when I10. It may be taken as equation 11, it can be taken as equation 12. Now, what is H12? Ratio of input voltage to output voltage. It is known as reverse voltage gain when input current I1 is 0. And so H12 is known as, it is recognized as open circuit. H12 is open circuit reverse voltage gain. Voltage gain is defined as ratio of output voltage to input voltage. This is reverse of that, and therefore it is known as open circuit reverse voltage gain. It has no dimensions. It is simply a number or neutral. H2. It is ratio of output current to output voltage. It is reciprocal of impedance. Reciprocal of impedance is admittance or conductance. Reciprocal of impedance is admittance. And so H22 is known as, H22 is recognized as open circuit output admittance. Why output admittance? Ratio of output terminal quantities. So H22 is known as open circuit output admittance of the two-port network. Okay, this way we have determined H11, H21, H12, H22, H11 short circuit input impedance, H21 short circuit forward current gain, H12 open circuit reverse voltage gain, H22 open circuit output admittance. So as we talk of these four parameters, we find that dimensions of these four parameters are different. One has dimensions of impedance, one has dimensions of admittance. Remaining two are dimensionless. One is forward current gain, other is reverse voltage gain. These four parameters are entirely different from each other in dimensions. Units of measurement of these parameters are entirely different from each other. When we take these parameters together, there will be mixing of the different parameters, and therefore these parameters are known as hybrid parameters. Two of these dimensionless. One is forward current gain, other is reverse voltage gain. Remaining two, one is impedance, other is admittance. Two are obtained by short circuiting the output, two are obtained by open circuiting the input, and therefore these parameters are known as hybrid parameters or H parameters. H parameters or hybrid parameters for any two-port network. The transistor, when its working is restricted in the linear region. For the transistor also, these hybrid parameters can be determined, can be calculated. They may be calculated by using their characteristics, of the transistor, because these are taken as constants. When the transistor is working in linear region, its response is linear, and so their slope of this linear response will be same everywhere, and therefore this can be taken as slopes of linear characteristics of the two-port network, slopes of linear characteristics of the transistor when its working is restricted to linear region. Such parameters, hybrid parameters or H parameters, are very useful when they are used for analyzing a transistor. This is about determination of H parameters or hybrid parameters. Now depending on whether you are finding these H parameters or hybrid parameters for common base connection, for common collector connection, for common emitter connection, the nomenclature of these hybrid parameters will vary. It will be different for different connections of the transistor. If these parameters are found for common emitter connection of the transistor, then we may write this as HIE, HFE, HRE, HOE. This is H11, this is H21, this is H12, this is H2. H11 may be replaced by HIE for common emitter connection. H21 replaced by HFE, H12 replaced by HRE, H2 replaced by HOE. Meaning of HIE, input impedance of the transistor with common emitter connection. Forward current gain of the transistor with common emitter connection. Reverse voltage gain of the transistor with common emitter connection. Output admittance of the transistor in common emitter connection. This E may be replaced by B for common base connection. This E may be replaced by C for common collector connection. This is about determination of H parameters or hybrid parameters. Hope you got it. Thank you.